Are you feeling stuck? Feel like you have nowhere to go? You feel like you're wasting your time in life and that life is passing you by, and you feel like every day you don't have the purpose and that there is no meaning to life and it's just a constant cycle of repeating misery? There has to be something in life more to just surviving, right? Well, this video is perfect for you. You have to give life meaning. Like most of us, we go to this conveyor of life. Most of life's experience, they're the same. You go to school, you get a job, you work, build a family, you grow old, and you die. It's the same process for everyone. Of course, you're gonna feel terrible, at whatever stage that may be, because you're not living your own. You ain't living your life to the best of your ability. You're constrained to the system that ain't you. And quite frankly, it's killing you. And in finding meaning, you find purpose. And when you find purpose, you find true happiness. And how do we do that? Well, the first one is competence. Second one, character. And the third one is candescence. Now let me explain further. Competence is for your survival. Character is for your development and your growth. And candescence, well, it's transcendence. It's what lights up your soul. It's the beauty we find in the world which saves us. An inspiration of hope. You gotta look at life like a piece of painting. It's built through many layers. It's not just 1, 2, or 3. It's a multitude of that. And the painting becomes dull if we lack the layers. We lack the depth, the colors that we put in it, the paint. So slowly, what you need to do in order to have a happy life is build up the layers one by one, adding color until it becomes beautiful. And that's how you find happiness and meaning in your life. And it's not going to be overnight. It's going to take a few years, sometimes a few decades, but eventually you will become a masterpiece. So the first layer is competence. These are what makes us confident in ourselves. And this gets rid with a lot of our self-doubt. And most of the time that we don't do things just because we lack confidence in ourselves. Why is that? Because we lack the ability and the competence to actually do anything. There is nothing in our life that says we can do it because we haven't done it. And in doing so, we actually doubt ourselves. And that doubt seeps into our lives. We never pursue anything that is meaningful in life. And that robs us of our joy. It robs us of our dreams, our passions, and everything that makes us human. We get stuck behind the curtains and never perform on the stage. So how do we build our competence precisely? It's building the basic survival instincts and competence of our physical body. So learning how to drive is a human basic instinct to survive. Learning how to swim, being able to run, go for runs. If you've never been for runs before, you start going for slow runs, and eventually you may even do a marathon. It's ticking these boxes and being able to compete and complete certain tasks in life, which makes you confident in your overall existence. Being confident in your own skin don't come from nowhere. It's not random. You're not going to be confident in your own body just because you think it. You can't think your way to being confident. It's called arrogance if you do so. But in order to be truly confident within yourself, you're going to have to complete tasks and be disciplined within yourself to fulfill them. And that's how you accomplish competence. So going to the gym is such an easy thing. Building your body. If you want to lose weight, if you want to gain weight, whatever your goal may be, stick to it. Stay true to yourself. Make yourself a promise and stay true to it and fulfill it. Don't break that promise to yourself. And through that, you build respect. You build this dignified self-respect towards yourself, and you'll start to believe in your ability and therefore become more competent in your endeavors. And in doing so, you actually start to learn to love yourself a little bit more. You get to know a little bit more of yourself. It's like you pursue this path, for instance, like you want to get a black belt in martial arts, for instance. You spend years and then all of a sudden, after all the struggles, you achieve it. And it's like, wow, like I stayed true to myself. I stuck by me throughout the times that I was struggling, all because there's going to be a lot of, failures, setbacks, but you stuck through it. That's what builds greater relationship within yourself. You're kind to yourself, you're caring, and you actually pick yourself up. Like there's no better confidence booster than that of which when you pick yourself back up from nothing. Like that's the greatest confidence that you can get, like a person can get, picking yourself up from nothing. Be strong enough and courageous enough to keep on going even though you have fallen many times. And that's how winning is done, right? Rocky, getting back up one more time after you've fallen. So competence comes from the things we do and the abilities we learn along the way. May that be martial arts, bodybuilding, sports competitively. It's really having this one thing and sticking by it no matter what. That's what builds our abilities, our skills, and henceforth our competence. And you deserve to know that. Like, you deserve to know that you are able to do something beyond what someone has told you that you can't. I mean, proving others right is like a drug within itself. But more importantly, though, like proving yourself right, when you prove yourself right, it's a different confidence. Like I said, it's wow. Like, you look back to the same person, it's like, that was you, that was me. It's a great confidence booster. So you need to have these things in your life in order to build your first layer towards your happiness. Now, the second layer to happiness is character. And character is the tenets and principles in the foundation we have within. So there are virtues, there are thoughts, there are positive thoughts which molds us to be the person that we are. And how is character built? Character can be built through a multitude of things. One of the most important ones is mentally. Like, you build your character through improving your mental growth. Now, as a kid, like when I was younger, I was a fighter, so I never really put too much emphasis on intellectual manners. Like, they don't mean a thing. I'm gonna just stick by this, and I'm gonna just fight, get my head bashed in, bash over people's head, and that's beauty. But when you become older and you mature in life, you understand that life requires a little bit more from you. You can't just punch your way through things. You're going to have to be intellectual. Those emotions within you, you're going to have to develop. Character development can really be ameliorated through turning negative emotions through positive ones. And that is whatever negativity you have within you, the traumas, the anger, the pain, eventually through the stage of life, you start to play it right, and you start to turn those negative emotions into positive emotions. And that's how you can build a greater character, a stronger one. Character really is our greatest strength. It's our mentality and our thought process towards things. There are negative ones, weaker ones, giving up, being angry so easily. These are negative traits and mentality that we eventually throughout life, and as we mature, start to develop more, start to understand more. And that's the nature of developing your character. But how can we do this more? So, well, read books, read a ton of books, whether that be from things you like and things you don't. That's why character development is so difficult, because you're going to be forced to change yourself. And that's easier said than done. Most of us don't really necessarily want to leave our comfort zone. We want to just stay stuck in our ways. We find confidence, that peace in it. And if we move towards things that are uncomfortable, then we're forced to do things that we don't necessarily want. And that requires a lot of discipline. And also, through that process of growth, a lot of pain. But at the end of the day, character is the greatest investment you can make, because it stays with you throughout your life. So improve yourself a ton intellectually and emotionally. That's how character is built. Learn about people, immerse yourself in different cultures, different knowledges, wisdom of others. The best thing about character is that the lesson of it is everywhere, all throughout your life. You're inundated in life with the tests of it. You're always going to have some sort of challenge that will test your character. So be ready when that time comes. Your character can be tested through the struggles. The struggles really gets hard. I mean, you're like, oh, you know what, I'll give up. That's your character breaking. But you learn from that. If you just stay on and keep on going, when the times get hard, you evolve. You really do. There's something within you that just grows. And then when you become impatient, you know what, like, I'll just go now. Like, I can't wait for this, and boom. But when you just stay there, there's something that you pick up along the way, and you start to learn and become to be a better person. That's what growth is all about. You don't want to end your life the same way you started it. You don't want to be the same at 30 as you would be when you're 80, because that's a life wasted. In developing your character, it stays with you. It's like a friend within you. When you have great character, you have a friend that you can always lean on. Having great character is a great foundation where you never stumble. Even when you fall, it keeps you in the right path no matter what. It's like a northern star. It's like a compass that will guide you in the right path wherever you may be. So develop that in order to find happiness and true meaning in your life. And lastly is candescence. Candescence is the transcendent or beauty. Candescence coming from the word light, meaning it's what lights up your soul. You have to find beauty in this life. You can't exist without it. And without beauty, life becomes dull. It's just like this black and white. There are no colors. There is no life. Life becomes monotonous. It's just the same thing over and over again. And that's the same thing with your life. That's why life can become tiresome, because it becomes redundant. It becomes repetitive over and over again. It's the same thing, same day, different week. If you don't evolve, you're just stuck in the mud, so to speak. You're buried in it. So life loses its meaning. Life loses its purpose. It starts to bury us, not being able to enjoy the good things in life. But you have to just find the beauty in life, in however simplistic manner that may be. Go to the galleries, look at painting, read the books, listen to great music. It feeds you. They're not just random. They've been created by another soul. Every single one of them. And that's really the art. It's the shared beauty that we get to experience together as humans. And eventually it will heal you. It really does. I mean, the colors of my painting heals me so much. Just as much as a musician would be healed from the musical notes of their songs. Beauty is what really saves us. So you need to find beauty in your life. You need to find salvation in it. So these are the three things that we need in order to give life meaning. A sense of happiness and fulfillment that we can enjoy in life. I know this only because I've been stuck on the other side of it for so long. I didn't really understand what life is or what there is no meaning to life, and you just find yourself in a rut, stuck in the mud, buried within your own misery. And I don't want that to happen to you. I mean, I spent way too long to be in the end wasting life. I mean, there's so much to life to enjoy. Just going out, seeing the cities, traveling, many different things that we need to move towards. And really, we find ourselves depressed, melancholic, and anxious when we stop moving. And all in all, every single step that I've mentioned beforehand, it's all about moving in different ways in your life, never staying stuck and being constantly evolving. And that's the process of living, to continue to grow no matter what. It ain't about success. It's not about being rich. It's not about being famous. But it is about growing as a better person, developing and becoming the best version of you. That's where true meaning and happiness comes from. Now, only you can know that. There isn't no set path. It's not the top of this, the top of that. You have those negative emotions. You have those traumas and obstacles that you have within your life. They're placed there for a reason. Find your meaning through that. Whatever traumas you may have from your past, overcome them. Whatever failures it is that you stumbled beforehand, rise above them. And that's how winning is done. And you will find true happiness within your own life once you conquer these. And also, stop comparing yourself to others. For comparison is the thief of all joy. And if you want to find something beyond yourself to give yourself meaning, if you can't find it yourself, well, watch this video. In what can Jesus bring to the table? Hope you like this video, guys. Thirdy here. Thank you so much for watching another episode of The Third Eye. Peace.